incorrect. Alright, guys. Just a quick mic check. Everybody can hear me okay?
Yep. I can hear you.
Fantastic. Right. So, from where we left off last week, the party had semi-organized themselves a journey home. With the star of the show, young Kelly, doing amazing, almost being killed by Carr. You know, she managed to survive with Carr's quick thinking and fast reactions. The play overall was met with meh reactions, I think is the easiest way to put it. It wasn't the best of plays, it wasn't the worst of plays. It isn't nothing anyone is going to write home about in the future. But through all of this, through all this joyous event, there was one ginger nail, thorn, spiky, tabaxi gentleman who, well, Juan knew, and knew very well. Juan was agitated, to say the least, to see this gentleman. I think that's the easiest way to put it.
Yes. He was number one bastard.
Yes, the number one bastard, exactly as he put it. And this was a real problem because the number one bastard was absolutely enjoying watching him suffer. Arguments ensued, conversations were had. The bar tab is still to be picked up by none other than Juan himself. Yeah, you forgot that, I didn't.
It better not be a ridiculous amount.
But would it be anything...
I will abscond. The Great Escape.
So, the cat, though had a lot of fun dealing with you, Juan, messing with you, his main aim was to speak to none other than Carr and Lady Nightsinger. A lot of conversations between Rosie and Jathuni and Manuel went back and forth, nothing really leading to it. It ended up with Manuel leaving and him heading to try and find Lady Nightsinger. This did occur in the evening whilst everybody was in their respective resting places, and Carr and Lady Nightsinger decided that there would be an audience for this young creature. And as... I'm going to remove
the audience was in the morning.
Yeah,
you're right. Apologies. You're right. It was the following morning. That's my fault. And it's one of the things I was literally instantly about to fix my dynamic lighting because it was the morning, so everybody should see fully as far as they can. So,
are we still?
You can't see anything yet. You can't. Don't worry. Relax. You can't see anything yet.
On a different map. Oh, cool.
Yes. This map is a very simple, straightforward map. Yeah, you're gonna have a black screen. Let's just get you, map. Right. I'm just gonna stick you in here. Has everyone got full vision? I'm assuming because it's day mode, so everybody should be able to just see that where the space that they're in.
Yeah.
My son is ringing me right now. Give me 2 seconds, people. Apologies. Hello, Noah.
I don't know why.
Is it dinner time?
Daddy, can you just check the ETM of food?
Yeah. All right. Bye. Of course. Let me just check the ETA of the food. Enjoy the food? What are you talking about? Like, it's not arrived yet.
Outside your door.
That's what I'm fucking worried about. It's just outside the door. Told them to fucking. I knew. Sorry, people. I do apologise.
Yep.
Hello?
Noah, tell mommy to go check outside the door to see if it's just sitting outside the front door.
Okay.
Because it says it's been delivered.
Bye. Bye. Daddy home? Bye. There's nothing there.
Maybe Juan hadn't paid the bill yet.
Yeah.
Hello? I apologise. Food deliveries doing what food deliveries do and not dealing with my food, not answering my fucking phone calls. I had to deal with them differently. But now my food is coming. It should be here in about 25 minutes. Let's get on with the fucking session. We had the final meeting between Miguel, Layla, and Carr, kicking off with a presentation of a were claw. This claw was about the right size, and all of Layla's fears came to massive fruition in front of her very eyes, and she didn't even realise the moment when Miguel had brushed the claw just slightly in towards her hand to see just if it could be the right kind of size. Carr did.
It would depend on the person, not the person that turned up.
Carr did. And Carr warned her as best as she could. With the spell being cast, I am going to make the first roll of the night, which will be a perception check. See if he notices as he walks out of the room. He rolled, just for everybody to see, a 17. Which, when I look at my buddy Miguel's sheet, is like a gajillion, I think. Oh no, I take it back. It's a 16. What is your spell DC? What would your spell DC be normally?
DC is 15.
So, as you drop the spell in front of him, he immediately is going to use his action to dash and his bonus action to do the same thing. So, in fact, yes he is. And he's got... No, he's a tabaxi, so he goes fucking lightning super leapy fast. Shit. Alright. 5.
Oh yeah, because he's got the cat's feline agility.
Yeah.
He's tapping into this 3 a.m. zoomies.
Yeah, it's exactly that. Yeah. And it's as you guys... you see him disappear around the corner. I guess we roll initiative from here.
Ooh, ooh.
I don't know.
Can I just get... in fact, no, we don't want anyone else in the turn order at all. Let's get Rosie out of the turn order.
Okay.
Rosie's not there yet, Rosie.
Sorry.
No,
First
don't worry.
habit, I saw Carr roll and I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, you lucky motherfuckers. Even with a +5 to his fucking initiative. Fuck. Hey, Zell, I hope you're doing good, my friend. Right. Here we go. Okay, so you two are in the room. He bolts. You're 100% Carr at the top of the turn order. Oh yeah, hold on. Before we go, I need to just switch up. I need to get the right music. Give me 2 seconds, because that is just not the music we need. Just the one I need. Yes, this is it. Thank you. Go for it.
So he is going to. So, 25. I think there's some weird. Oh, he's at the door.
There's a door. It's the door.
Alright. 25. Shit. Was gonna do something, but I can't do it because I can't see him. So I'm just gonna dash again. 25. So I've just used my action to dash.
Mhm. I'm rolling the black Manuel dice. Unless you're a rogue, you can't use your bonus action to
that's what I
dash.
thought.
Just yeah.
In that case, I'm going to use my bonus action to Misty Step.
Okay. Layla, you see Carr kind of run out and then and just bam forward.
Shame he can't fly faster than he walks.
Oh shit, I can.
You're welcome, you twat.
Can I retcon that?
No, fuck no, not a chance.
So yeah, that's me then. That's.
And what I would say it would be very difficult for you to fly in this building. It's a building,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You're not gonna fly fast through this. Your speed will be slow. Okay, we got dice roll.
And then I'm just gonna.
Yeah. No, I do remember you saying you're making your way there, but
Yeah, I'm just gonna shout, stop.
Just gonna shout stop.
Yeah.
Alright, where's my? Who gives a fuck about what Carr shouts? Cut dice. There it is. Right. So as you fly around the corner, you see and you shout stop. Miguel turns, looks at you, and just turns away again. Did we lose? Are we back, Rosie?
I'm trying to be back.
Okay.
My internet went and decided to die.
Try harder.
Okay. So, Layla, you're up.
Okay. TV. I get to about there. Then my dash is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can't really do anything else.
Okay.
No, I don't have any of that. So yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Just pulling up the rear, going fuck in my head.
Okay. Be clear about what's going on with that. Right. So you just come running up behind
In her head, and she's like full panic mode now.
Yeah. And Carr, you do your shout, and then he just looks at you, and he takes a bag, and he's just gonna drop these calotropes all over the floor in front of you.
Now you can use your wings and glide over them.
Yeah. The pigeon needs to shut the fuck up.
Well, now I'm through the door, which I wouldn't have been able to fly through in the first place.
So yes,
Actually, an episode
that's
of-
what you can do.
Tweety and whatever the cat is.
Sylvester.
Yeah. Manuel and Carr.
Okay. That's his turn. Right, at the top of the turn order, I'm gonna roll my Are the Guards Paying Attention dice. Nine. They are not. Okay, so as you call out stop, no guards on this floor at the moment, and no one seems to be overtly paying attention to your shout. What I will do is I'll have everybody in the other room make a perception check with disadvantage, as your room is shut and locked, like door closed. So from the distance Carr was, it would sound like a reverberation. So disadvantage perception check, please, from the rest. Juan, that is a negatory. You do not hear it. Jathuni, negatory. You do not hear it. I need a disadvantage, so you got to roll another.
I have advantage, so that makes it normal.
Why do you have advantage?
Because you said that she would have disadvantage on sight, but advantage on hearing.
Sight advantage on hearing. That's true. We agreed that because of your patch. Fair enough. 18. So Rosie, it's early morning. You're kind of stretching, and you hear the sounds. Sounds like Carr. Saying stop.
Okay, well, it sounds like something's upset Carr. I guess I'll go check it out.
Okay. Get yourself an initiative, please. In fact, I'll just add you and put your roll that you had from the thingy, so don't worry about that. I'll add you in now.
Oh, alright.
You're 11, that makes our lives easier. That way you don't get to roll too high and fuck up my whole game. Okay, and Carr, you're up.
So, yeah, seeing that he's dropped them and the corridors are a bit wider, I'm just gonna...
The corridors are wider, still only 10 feet high. You're on the top floor. So they're wide, but not tall.
Yeah, but wide enough that I can at least...
avoid the... Yeah, of course, yes. Sorry.
5, 10, 30, 40, 50, and I am going to use my bow. But I'm going to be using my other arrows, my non-lethal arrows.
Yep.
Where's my bloody bow gone? There it is. And I am also... do I need to do that as a bonus action as I'm casting it? Because I was going to do it as an ensnaring strike.
Okay. And so you call it, it happens. 16 sadly misses. As you... The arrow, boom, smashes into the wall and you watch as the vines kind of whip out.
I think it only counts on a hit.
Yeah, I'm flavouring it. It's fine.
No, as far as his
spell,
the spell, it only counts on a hit.
Yeah, okay, so
next time you hit a creature, so I mean, I'll cast it now anyway, just so it's there,
ready to go. Fair enough.
And that would be me.
Okay, cool. Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
You walk up to the door, I assume?
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds while I grab the door. As you pull the door open.
Step into the hallway. What's going on?
And as you step into the hallway, you hear the of an arrow. You see the ginger cat that you saw from the night before.
Alright, and I see... I can see that Carr's the one that was shot at him, right?
You wouldn't have seen Carr shoot at him, because, it's 6 seconds kind of thing. So, you hear the shatter as the door... You pull the door open, you look out, and you see Carr, you see the guy. I'll allow you, if you want, to make a perception check, or even an insight check to see... Insight, definitely, to see what was going on, if you wish.
Yeah,
I feel like you need it because you're a little bit unsure. Insight 13, Rosie, you come around the corner and your instincts are to duck, and as you look up, you see Carr kind of holding the bow. You know what I mean? Like, he's being aggressive towards this cat.
Okay, that makes things a lot easier.
I thought it might.
Alright, sweet. Okay, this is probably not gonna work, but she's gonna try it. And I do apologize ahead of time to Kirsty for this, but this is one of her animal forms. She is going to turn into a giant spider
Oh,
as a
okay.
bonus action.
Yep. So as you bamf into your spider form,
And so she is a large sized spider, and she uses with her action. She's lobbing a big thing of web at him. Whoops! Didn't show the full thing.
okay. What's the save he has to make?
He needs to make a DC 12 strength check.
DC 12 strength save. He rolled a 4. He rolled a 4, so he's in the web, and he looks down. He's like, give me 2 seconds, because I think I can uncanny dodge this with my rogue abilities. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just double check.
While we do, describe to us this giant spider.
Absolutely, yes, please. What does it look like?
I hate you all.
Mostly just the giant blue. It's a very large, like bluish, almost tropical-looking spider. The only thing odd about it is that one of its eyes, even in this form, still has an eye patch over it.
I was going to say, does
Just
it have
one.
over 1 or over 4?
No, just one.
Yeah, so Uncanny Dodge reduces damage, so no. Uncanny Dodge would not be useful in this situation, so I'm going to save that shit. So, never mind. So, as you fire the web, and as it hits him, how big is the area of the web?
It looks like it's just a single target.
Okay, so he failed. He's restrained. Fine. That's your turn. Layla, you're up.
Son of a wannabe.
Well, you are.
Right. She's gonna race and dash, and she'll get to about there.
So as you dash,
Fucking spider.
not watching the calotropes, I
Oh,
need
she
you
is.
to...
She dashed and went up this way.
Okay, so you went round. Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
that's why she could only get to there.
Fair enough. So you don't even see the spider yet.
No, I don't see the spider yet. I just get up to Carr and I'm like, where the fuck is he?
Okay.
And that's her again, because she doesn't really have bonus actions.
Fair. All right.
And she can't see anybody anyway.
The cat, Miguel, he looks around at you guys and uncorks this like vial of amber kind of liquid. And he swirls it and he swirls it and he looks at you guys and he smashes it on the ground, and as it puffs into this like thick, deep smoke, you hear the of flame. I need 2d6. 2d6. That is 9 points of damage. How much? How strong is your webbing?
5 HP.
5 HP.
With the
5
AC.
HP with vulnerability to fire damage.
Okay, cool. So plenty. The alchemist fire that hits the ground ignites. The fire around him ignites. He's going to then use his bonus action to dash. Long story short, he's going to go for it down the corridor. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
How big a flame is
Oh, he's on fire right now. Don't worry. He's on fire right now. The guy is burning from it, but he needs to escape.
Is he going to be, with as big as Rosie is he going to invoke an opportunity attack?
He doesn't get that far. The truth. He's not that big yet. So Rosie, you would be this big right now. Long story short, that I'll just make you big because we don't have the spider ready to go. So big Rosie right there. He's here. He's going. He also takes 9 points of damage. Can I have his thing? Thank you. Perfect. All right, Carr, you're up.
He is just going to do the same again. He's going to fire his longbow at him.
Okay. Yeah, 29 fucking hits. Yes, 100%.
Well, that was a crit as well.
Yeah.
And that would have invoked the ensnaring strike.
Okay, so what's the save he has to make?
Strength DC 14.
11. I don't know. Let me get his sheet up. 11. 4 plus 3. He saves. Just saves as you shoot the arrow into his back. It hits him, doing ridiculous amounts of damage. 24 points of damage. It is non-lethal, but it's still 24 points of damage. Yep. And you watch as it hits him in the back. The vines kind of like slam themselves into the ground and try and pull him. And you watch as his claws kind of go. And he's like, cut.
And then I'm going to use my movement. So 20, 30, 40.
You need to give me a list of shapes that you're going to take so I can find you nice little tokens.
Alright.
Yeah, I already tuned him. If he wants any specific ones, I can also just.
And that'll be me.
Okay. Rosie, you're up in your spider form.
Alright, she doesn't know enough about the situation to want to kill the dude, so she's just going to run up to him.
Mm-hmm.
And she's essentially going to do kind of a jumping spider move and just try to pounce on him and pin him down.
Okay.
A grapple, if you will.
Okay, make an athletics check in your spider form.
Alright, that is going to be just straight strength for her.
I rolled
That's a 5.
I rolled a nat 20, so 23. As you leap forward, I want you to make an acrobatics check, please. Because he's going to try and suplex you away. Okay, so as you leap onto him, being the giant spider that you are, he grabs you and kind of by the base of your belly. And obviously not being overtly used to being the spider that you are right now, he's like, whoa! But you realise you've actually got 8 fucking legs. So you're just boop, 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 boop. And you're ready to go and land on the side. I would say, let's see. Let's just see. I'm going to roll it. Where you going to land? 1. So he literally slams you, and you kind of right yourself, and you're right back where you were.
Ah, got it. Okay. Well, that was her turn.
Cool. Right. That leads to Layla.
Okay. That's Manuel, I take it.
Mm-hmm.
The little one is Manuel.
Yeah. She's gonna try and panic, noticing you're trying to fucking spider. And I think she really has many well, she does. Okay. She will cast Bane on him.
God. Fuck sake. Right, I rolled a 2, so yeah, the Bane works.
Because last time she tried sleep, it didn't work.
Okay.
I think there's only other one thing that she could.
Are you saying that you are 100% sure after coming around the corner that this spider is your friend? As you are casting Bane and you're panicking, is kind of where I'm going with this. I like the fact that way you just looked up, by the way. Yona. I'll let you decide. Giant spider. You didn't like it. It freaked you out. You're panicking.
Ah, the spider is not your friend, Batman.
1 yes, 2 no. Yeah, sorry, Yona.
Make a charisma saving throw, Yona. DC 15.
All right, that I get to make with really. Oh well, maybe the spider would have been better.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are also baned.
Sorry, Yona. She's focused on my well, but you're a giant fucking spider.
It's okay.
So unsure whether I was trying to leap onto the spider to get away or not, and it all went wrong. She just banes us both. Okay. Is that your full turn?
Yes.
Okay. Manuel is going to use his action to disengage. In fact, yes, he will use his bonus action to disengage. So he can move past you without incurring an attack of opportunity, which is very handy for him. That's 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay, that's 40 movement. Then he's going to use his action to dash, because he fucking can, and he will. 5, 10, 15, 20. Door open. Door.
Oh shit, there's a giant prophecy on them.
Should have went with the other spell.
Alright, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna try and... Oh, 19, okay, yeah, absolutely. As he slams into the door. Okay. And that will be his turn. Right. I'm going to have Jathuni and Juan both roll in now, please.
Because we're hearing a commotion.
Because you're hearing a commotion. You both watch as Rosie turns into this fucking giant spider. Like, oh, shit must be going down.
You may have heard a slight scream from Layla when she saw the spider, by the way.
Yeah, we definitely all heard a scream when Layla... Okay, so... Yep, everybody's in. Okay, Carr, you're up still. You're first on deck.
So I will continue. So 15. It's 50. Just have a quick check on something.
Okay. Oh, I could have also used... Damn it! I forgot with the class I could have moved an extra fucking... Never mind.
Excuse us, Speed McQueen.
Was this the white line? Is that actually part of the corridor? Or
Yeah. I just
so
couldn't.
I would have seen him go.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
When it's just boxes, there's nothing I can do. I can't wipe it out. So
I'm just gonna dash. 20. So I would be up next to him.
okay. It's annoying that you can move 50 feet while flying. By the way, that's bollocks.
But now I can't do anything. So.
Yes, but you're right up on me. So okay. Are you going to be like hovering, or are you going to be there?
I'm just gonna sort of like land.
Either way, put it this way. Long story short, he can definitely attack you. He's 10 feet high. You know what I mean? He can get.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I'm gonna land next to him and say, look, there's more to this than you know. Stop.
Make a persuasion check. With disadvantage, as you've already hit him for 27 points of damage with one arrow.
Well, was non-lethal.
You didn't hurt any less.
Whack his head with a baseball bat. Let's be friends.
He looks at you, draws his scimitar and his rapier. Juan, you're up. So you see Carr just shoot past the giant spider.
So there's a giant fucking spider.
Yeah, there's a giant fucking spider at the door.
Yes.
But you would have seen Rosie do it. She opened the door, she turned, she turned the spider. It's in your vision.
Alright, cool. So I would have seen her become a giant spider.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm running under my breath, I'm just like, of all the animals, you're crazy! And I run under her legs. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so I run just to see what's going on. What do I see? I just see a car.
You see a corridor. You see a corridor in this space.
Yeah, so I just ran out and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I'll give you a reaction to try and point in a direction if you want, as the spider, Rosie.
Rosie will just tap her front legs excitedly before pointing two of them out from the direction that the other cat went.
I want definitely you have to make a fucking intelligence. No, just a straight intelligence check, please. Just a flat giant spider. You don't communicate well with giant creatures at the best of time. Just a flat intelligence check, please.
I'm looking for intelligence. I don't even know if it's on my page right now.
Go to skills. Scroll down on skills. Unskilled intelligence. Yes.
Boom. 5.
You see this spider rear up, and then
I will use my action to back away from the spider and be like, "Don't let me! I'm on your side." And I'll fall prone actually in the middle of the hallway. Just waiting to find out what's just on my ass, no! And that's my turn, because I don't be no communication.
Okay, Rosie, you're up.
Okay, with her alright, don't need to worry about changing her size, but for the moment, with her bonus section, Rosie is going to switch, drop her spider form back to her normal form. She'll look at the cat and be like, "No, Carr's chasing another cat." And then with her action, she's going to wild shape again into her much faster dire wolf form.
Okay.
And
fine,
then
you're large, yeah.
Yeah, so it's still large, and that's 5, 10, 15. Running right past him is this giant wolf. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Because wolves move fast.
Understandable. They're dire.
Yep. And that's her whole turn.
Layla, you watch spider, boof, wolf, boof, run.
Yeah, she thinks, "Whoops," debating it, but just carries on. And
she's like the genie of wild shapes. Poof, what do you see?
Yeah.
You're like, "I wish I had a way to get faster." As she's trying to catch up and it's nowhere near.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't really have a bonus action except to say, "Yeah, Other Tabaxi, taller, asshole. Go find him. To Juan.
So,
You just
seeing you come
Sharon-
around the corner.
You see Juan's eyes narrow and like the camera zooms in. Manuel.
Jathuni, you're up.
All right, Jathuni's running towards the door.
As you run towards the door, you literally watch, like you're looking and you watch the Juan run out, and then you see him kind of go, "Oh no, fucking don't eat me!"
What's going on out here?
You hear her say, "The other cat, that way."
I can't use my bonus action to dash, so. Right there? Oh,
Okay.
I can't see him. Okay.
Yeah,
You can use your action to dash.
you can use your action to dash though.
Huh?
Because you haven't actually taken an action, so you can use your action if you wish to.
And that's it.
Okay. So, as you come around the corner, Rosie, he literally wields up his scimitar, wields up his fucking when you forget the weapon, rapier. Looking directly at you, he says, he looks to Yuka. I told you she was the wolf. So a 17 plus 7 to hit, which is, I'm assuming, plenty, like 24.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
1d8.
AC of 14 in this form.
Okay, cool. So, hits with plenty. As the scimitar raises up, it goes and ignites, doing that'll be 5, 6, 7, 8 points. No, sorry, 9 points of slashing damage and 3 points of fire damage. And he's going to make a second attack against you, this time with the rapier, which is a 19 plus a gajillion, which I'm assuming also hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so as he pulls the rapier up for the offhand, he drives it forward straight underneath your neckline, aiming for your jugular.
Mm-hmm.
And as he does so, this one sadly doesn't do anything too good to you either. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
All right.
That was the wrong dice. It's not.
Alright.
No, it is a D8 for a rapier, right? Of course
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, of course
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, so
that's
you
a
take
con of 10.
a con of 10. You fail your save. You feel yourself become really uncomfortable and unwell, and as you do so, you take it will be 3 plus 5 is 8 points of damage from the piercing, and you also take 7 points of poison damage, and you are considered poisoned.
Got it. Ooh.
And now he's going to disengage and move. And because of his feet, he can actually
Just disengage from both.
disengage is disengage. It's like
I've never fully got
Okay, so
whether it's
the
only
way-
from one person or whether it's from
it's fully. I'm disengaging from the action around me, right? So you can't take an attack action against me. So also, that doesn't make a difference anyway. You don't get an attack of opportunity because I'm leaving you. Yep. Okay. Fair enough. So bosh. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay. That's the distance he can make up. I know you guys are faster. He can't help but try and get away. Okay.
Mhm.
And that is the end of his turn. Top of order, Carr, it's you. Shit, where did that go? There it is.
So he is just gonna do the same again. So snaring strike and blunt arrow again. So
23 hits 7 points of damage, and he's got to make a what save?
Strength DC.
With a -4.
14. With a -4. Need to
Or
get-
minus the D4. Whichever one it is.
Yeah, he fails. He would have made it, but I rolled anything other than a fucking 3 or a 4 I would have saved. I didn't save. So yeah, the ensnaring strike now hits him as the vines like shoot into the ground as the ground itself like cracks and breaks. The roots kind of like tighten in and like harness ropes go completely taut, and he's just pinned there, like almost like Captain America when he's like landed on the shield and he's like kind of down a little bit, and he's like, no.
As I approach him again, I again turn around and say, "There's more to this. Stop." And then that's me.
Okay. Quan, you're up.
So,
Half your movement to get up.
yeah, that's fair. Then 5, 10, 15. I will use my cat's feline grace.
Okay.
Using feline agility, let me just mark that off. Which means I get another full movement for 30, 5, 10, 15, 25. 5, 10, 15. That's 30. Then I would use...
You went the wrong way.
Which way? Oh, that way. I didn't even see. I run past the door. I turn. I see what's going on. I run back.
I'll allow you to retcon the movement.
So I ran out the door. I'd be there then. I still have my action, I believe, because feline agility doesn't use the... Yeah, it's just a bonus.
Yeah, it's just a bonus.
Yeah. I see Manuel fighting with Carr, so I cast a spell. And I say to him, "I don't say that you're stupid." I cast this. What'd you roll?
18.
Oh, son of a bitch. That's everything I can do.
Okay, as you say, you stupid is me, stupid little one, me. You run with the werewolf. Rosie, your turn.
Okay.
Bias isn't around.
Rosie
So
is.
Tobias is around. He hasn't left his room, so you might be lucky. He did just roll pretty decently for his perception.
She's gonna use her bonus action.
Yep.
Use a bonus. Not a bonus. She's gonna use a bonus action. Use a bonus action.
The
She's
best
gonna
kind
use
of
her-
bonus action is a bonus action.
Oh yeah. She's gonna use her bonus action to spend a second level spell slot to heal her animal self
Okay.
for 2d8 plus 4. That comes out
Nice.
to 13.
Okay, that's good.
Because her wolf form was looking pretty bad. And then she's gonna move up to here. And she's not going to attack, but she's going to hold her action to bite him if he tries to run or escape.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw as well.
Alright, back to the dire wolf. Let's see. 10.
Nope.
Yeah, no poison.
And you take 5, 9, 12 points of poison damage as the poison ticks through you.
Good thing I healed then.
Okay. Layla, you're up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna 60. And yeah, there's not really much she can do.
Okay. Jafuna, you're up.
Oh, seeing everybody run that way, she's gonna keep going. Right there.
Okay.
That was with dash, so that's all she can
Okay.
do.
So Manuel, he looks up, seeing the direwolf still standing. I take it when I'm ensnared, I can still attack, right? I just can't move. My movement becomes 0, correct?
Let me just double check.
Restrained by the webbing, no, that's the wrong one.
Thorny vines impact on the target. Strength checked or restrained.
Yeah, so restrained means I can't move. My movement goes to
Yeah.
0,
Yeah.
so I can still attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. He looks at you guys, and he says, I don't understand what you are doing. And goes into his pocket, and I will allow you, Carr, to oppose my action right now. Okay? So you're just gonna roll a d20 plus your dex mod. No proficiency, just d20 plus dex, so just unskilled dex. And if you can...
9.
I rolled a 15 plus a gazillion, so... Okay. And he takes out this little bit of paper, sucks it in, looks at you guys. I need you both to make dexterity saving throws.
Dex saves.
Did Spider
The D-
D4 have worked on that?
No, it's sadly just something that is a dex save for them. So the DC is 16, guys,
Yeah.
because of how close you are.
I do have to. I should have been doing minus D4s on all those saves, shouldn't I have?
Yeah, but you're okay. Even with the minus D4, you're still going to be 17 max, so you're okay on that one.
Alright.
Okay, so that is... Where's my last D6? I need 5 D6. 4, 8, 12. 12 plus 6 is 18 points of fire damage. Carr, you take 18 points of fire damage as this point-blank range cone of fire as he whips around, blowing this fire into your faces. He looks at you, and you would take half damage, Rosie. So
Right.
18 halves, you take 9 points of fire damage.
Yeah, our direwolf form doesn't look too healthy at all.
Okay, seeing you still in your direwolf form, he's going to take his flaming... flaming...
Scimitar?
That's the word I was looking for, thank you very much. He's going to take his flaming scimitar, and he believes it's someone else. And he rolled a natural 1.
Oh no.
As he takes the blade and he flings it, and he's like, he just like loses his grip because the flame in his mouth is still kind of like pouring out. And he burns the tip of his fingers and he lets go of the blade and flies into the wall. Right. Alright, roll 1d20. Of course he rolled a fucking 2. Of course he rolled a fucking 2. Why would he not roll a 2? Of course you would roll a 2, Tobias. So you have an initiative of 1. Good job, Tobias. Good job, Tobias. Okay, so you got initiative of 1. Tobias is now in the turn order.
If I
Fine.
wanted to make a saving throw based on having flashbacks,
Of,
to
yeah.
a certain event, what would that roll be? Whether or not I lose my cool, and like,
I would say to lose your cool, it would definitely be a Constitution save.
Are
alright,
you about
this
to
is
gimp
like
yourself?
not necessarily if I run away, but like whether or not I
Then it's
Maintain a cool-
100%. 100% it's Constitution. 21. Strong
Okay,
as.
so I maintain a cool enough head. I don't suddenly lose it.
It just adds to the fire of your rage.
No, it's just having flashbacks to the orphanage burning down.
Ah,
And the fact that one of the orphan kids decided to use fire. I mean, he wasn't there at the time, but still.
you gotta channel your inner Bayo and use that to fuel yourself.
Okay, and Juan, you remain calm. Oh, sorry, I apologize. Carl, I didn't even give you your go. I just completely glossed over you like you didn't exist. Carl, you're up. I'm so sorry.
So he's restrained still at the moment, isn't he?
Fully restrained. He didn't try and break out. He was just like, kill the wolf.
So I'm gonna move round a little bit, just if
Yep.
anyone else wants to sort of come along as well. And I'm just gonna say to him again, stop. You don't know what's going on.
Oh my god.
And that's it. I'm not attacking. I'm not. I'm sorry.
I want you. I'll tell you what.
Holding my bow up as if to say, look, I'm. Not...
Make a persuasion. I just make a flat persuasion now. And I realised that I've absolutely gimped myself because I didn't read my rakish audacity, and I would have been so far up the turning order with
19.
rakish audacity. 19.
-1.
Okay, well, he rolled an 8, and he looks at you, Carr, and he puts his blade into his thing and says, "Guess the code of the bounty hunter will have to suffice, eh? I come quietly, you don't take my life."
Agreed.
He raises his hands, coughs a little, and like fire sputs out. Like, I need to just do one thing, and he takes another piece of paper out and he puts it in his mouth, and you watch as like smoke kind of billows a little bit out of his mouth, like something's calling him, like an Alka-Seltzer. Okay. As he raises his hands, Benjamin, it's at this point where you arrive at the door of the Templar's Saloon for the morning.
Is that where they are right now, or
They are in the temple. They're at the highest floor of the temple
Oh,
right
okay.
now. Like
yes,
the kind
you
of
just
rest-
arrive and ask for her whereabouts?
We would assume Miss Nightsinger is upstairs in her.
Would you mind if I pay her a visit?
One moment. And Layla, it's at this point you hear a voice in your head. Lady Nightsinger, there is somebody at the temple door to see you. It is the young man who came to see you yesterday.
Okay. Give me 5 minutes and then send him up. Yeah, she's just gonna panic some more.
So as you freak out more, Benjamin, the general says, she says to give her 5 minutes and then you can head up.
Yeah, I'll just ask for direction to the water fountain or somewhere to get a drink whilst he waits.
Oh, please. We will bring you some water. Would you like some food as well?
That would be appreciated, yes.
We have some lovely cheeses, a few breads that are baked very locally by the gnomes, which is very, very nice. Or I can give you some human bread if you prefer. It is your choice.
No, the local stuff will be nice for a change.
Fantastic. We shall have it sent to you expedient. Okay. So,
we still in turn order?
Nah, combat's over now. You guys,
Okay.
Carr has managed to dissuade him.
Somehow.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's get him into a different room that isn't mine. Quickly.
Okay,
So
so
yeah, we're basically taking him back to the main room.
okay, I'm gonna grab everybody. Don't no one do nothing.
Okay.
There you go. Everybody is back to normal in the main. I'm assuming the main room being the
room the
road.
boys had.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Making my life nice and easy. I'm assuming also that you're gonna want to shut the door.
Yeah.
So let's get that done for you as well.
And gonna position myself so I'm in front of the door.
Okay.
Dire Rosie will just lay down in front of the door with them.
Okay. So you just stayed as Dire Rosie. Okay, my apologies.
Yeah. She likes her animal form, so she'll stay that way for a little bit.
Fair.
Heal herself an extra D8 though. That hurt.
Okay. So as we've got the situation arrested, we will take our break now. It also gives me time to chase up this fucking food that hasn't arrived yet. Still ridiculous. It's supposed to come at 7:30, and you gain 8 healing. That's really fucking nice. That was a decent roll from you.
Oh yeah.
All right, fellas, ladies, we will be back in 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, please stay with us. We hope you're enjoying the session so far. We'll be back in 10 minutes. I do apologize for the delay earlier in the session. I can't help when fuckers don't deliver me my fucking food. We will be back.
Yeah.
See you in a minute.
her away. So, as you have a group of people in this room, all together, the first thing that Tobias says to you as a whole is, all this time, one of you has been the werewolf?
Did he know about
Yeah.
the wolf?
Did you know about the werewolf?
Yeah.
Juan has mentioned a werewolf enough times around
Yes.
him.
Juan glances at Layla just a second, then looks back at Tobias and goes, "What? There's a werewolf?"
Dire
Make a
Rosie
deception check.
just cocks her head to the side and goes,
I'm just gonna sit in the corner and be like, oh, fuck.
Carr is like, yes. That is her story to tell.
Do you actually say her?
Their story
You
to tell.
can't take it back. Tobias immediately turns to you later. Walks straight up to you, even though you've put yourself in the corner. You poor thing. What is it like to transform?
Painful.
Have you always been?
No.
When did this occur? Rosie and Carr, I need you to make a perception check. Rosie, you have advantage. Oh, fucking hell.
+6 helps.
damn it.
Does.
$20.
You hear the footsteps of someone coming towards you from a distance.
She turns and looks at the door. She doesn't get up. She just looks at it and she gives a little growl to let people know someone's coming.
You hear the footsteps as well.
I was like, we may have company, but turns to Manuel and says, the incident at, was it Bambi?
Yep.
Will be answered for. Of that,
Yeah.
you have
That-
my word.
Could you mention it?
But there are things going on that, well, we need her with the party. There are bigger things afoot than that have taken a priority.
Yeah, can I get, you guys to sum things up for the cat? I need to go and deal with Benji.
And
I can handle Benji.
No. No hurting him.
As you get up to leave and you open the door, as I'm assuming you would slip out of the room.
You would try to, yeah.
I think they would just let you pass. In fact, I take it back. Will you guys let her pass?
I promise not to hurt him.
Yeah, I'm more sort of keeping an eye on Manuel.
Yeah, my eyes are locked on Manuel. Just
Rosie.
I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I was talking to the giant fucking direwolf in the room more than anyone else.
Rosie will let her by, but she'll give one of those looks that a dog will give that'll be like, "Can I come with?"
No.
Aww. Just sits down, like just shows a droopy face.
She'll pat her head and then just
Nope.
carry on out and then be like, oh, hi, Benji.
And it's as literally you step out, you see this like strapping young man, shiny armor, like walking with absolute purpose. Instantly locks eyes with you. What do you say, Benjamin?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. It's her fucking fault.
That's her nickname for him, so.
Yeah, but I don't want to call you Benji. That's not your fucking character's name.
Do you have some time?
I think, yeah. We'll go to my room. She'll just turn around and walk.
She turns and takes you back to her room. I'm going to get off this ugly fucking screen because we don't need it anymore, realistically, right now, unless something crazy happens.
I stab one while in the face.
All right, roll initiative.
Nah,
So-
obviously
Thank you
not.
for it.
So, as you all arrive at you take him back to her room, and she sits down, and she looks really forlorn. You don't even need to make an insight check. You've known each other for years.
Yeah.
She looks dejected, broken, worried beyond all concern. Like, there's just a level of panic that only a friend would recognize for such you know what I mean? She is bricking it.
So this is completely different to how she was in the bar, isn't it?
Completely different to even when she was hiding things from you and you knew she was hiding things from you. She is fucking freaking out.
So you make sure the door's shut behind.
You shut the door, lock it.
Yep, and he'll go for an unusual maneuver. Instead of sitting on a seat, he'll sit on the floor. And just cross his legs. Something's happened. What's going on?
A lot. And I'm just not ready to deal with it.
By the looks of you, it doesn't seem like you have a choice.
Yeah, but if I say it out loud, then I could lose people.
Say what out loud?
Don't want to say.
Something that's happened to you? Something that you've done? What?
Kind of a mix of both.
Well, if you don't talk about it with me, who are you going to talk it with?
Just don't hate me.
And he recalls a particularly embarrassing incident that she made happen to him when they were children. Make up what you want. I still don't hate you for that.
Yeah, this is so much bigger than that.
Go on.
Okay. So before I came over here, I was traveling from 1 month end of the hunt to West Million.
You were traveling from Mooring Watch. That was your journey where you were leaving from.
The port place I can't remember right now. Port Pencaster.
Pencaster is where you were going to or from?
From Pencaster to Warwatch.
Okay.
And I didn't really know about the rumors when I took a shortcut through the swamp.
Okay, so just to break for a second. I've written, I don't know if I've forwarded you everything, you probably haven't had the time to read it to be fair. But his sister was killed by a werewolf 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm assuming her journey was after that point in time.
Oh yeah, much.
Yeah, okay. And I was saying it was going to be around Pencaster because that's where they based themselves, because she was a cleric of Lathander as well.
Now
so.
the incident itself didn't occur around Pencaster. It was if we're looking at the map right now, Chris.
Well, you've actually still got us on the old. We're seeing the old map.
Ah, did I not bring you across? My apologies. Perfect time to bring you to the actual map. Here we go. So the incident of itself, I'm not going to give you a pinpoint location because that's for me to know and you to find out when you do so.
Because I was thinking his sister was here. So
no, she was attacked here.
Okay. Cool.
In large masters due north.
Yep.
Where the previous party decided to run when they heard we're howling.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to take a shortcut, and technically it worked. I just well, something may have happened.
And he just raises his eyebrow like the people's champ. Something?
Yeah. I was kind of attacked, and I was on my own, and
You see, like, big concern starting to grow over Benji's face.
And I got knocked out, and when I woke up, everything was different.
Different?
Yeah, and she's just gonna give in, and she'll show him her bite mark.
So that was your claw then?
No, it wasn't mine. I had my hands. But when I got to West Million, I bought some shackles to help me, control it, and it worked. I was always traveling down the coast to Winter's Beach. I just timed the rising moon, and in Banview, things kind of went a bit. Well, when I woke up the next morning, I may have been a few people and turned a few of them, and I think that claw belongs to one of them.
Yeah, an overwhelming sort of look of sadness enters his face. I know more about this than you can imagine.
What, you're secretly a werewolf as well?
Not exactly. Well, I need to roll a history check to see if she recognize, or well, you said she's seen it anyway because his eyes changed. But will you want me to roll a history to see if he remembers as a character, or?
No, you would remember that.
Yeah.
That's not something you need to roll for.
He double checks the door, and he sticks a chair under the handle as well, just to doubly secure the fucking thing.
Yep.
And he asks her, I need a promise from you. What I'm about to show you, you can't tell anyone. And I would ask that you don't scream.
I will try. I mean, I've literally just told you my biggest secret, so sure. What could possibly be worse than that?
And he shifts to his hybrid form.
And you watch as he shifts, his body changes, becomes thick with fur, and this wild-like mane appears. His face contorts, his body kind of juts and shifts, and his voice. And he stands up in his armor, shield still on, cracks his neck. Would you like to describe your form?
Yeah, so it is like your albino, or well, leucistic tigers, but where the black stripes would be, they're kind of like a palish red. He's got big, blue, piercing cat's eyes. And he probably grows an inch or two, but not a great deal of size.
All in the wrong places.
Okay.
Yeah, her eyes widen, but she doesn't make a noise. Although a part of her kind of wants to either turn and run or bite, and she's trying to suppress that.
You see, you can learn to control these things.
Every word that comes out of his mouth is assisted with like a almost a purr or a little rough or gurgle growl as he finishes the words.
Wow, I did not expect that. Is it just you, or?
This is my story to tell. It is others if they wish to tell it.
Yeah, so from last night, kind of figured out that, it was me, and we may have just chased and captured him, and he's in the other room.
Yeah, Benji will shift back to his human side.
Because he said he wanted to kill me, and we're trying to convince him not to.
Well, do you know how much a bounty is on yourself?
No,
Carr does.
they haven't actually told me that.
It's just, he seems like a sword for hire. I would assume,
Yeah.
give him the cash, he may disappear anyway and not say a word.
Well, I don't have that kind of cash on me. And Carr was originally the one that was hired to kill me. And
The cat was flaunting platinum, you have plenty money.
the cat had platinum? And she's just going to open the door and go, what? And yeah, she'll just head back to the other room with everyone else and let Benji follow.
We 100% did.
Did we? I've not got
Yeah.
it written down anywhere.
Okay. It was 500 gold for the head. And if you bring her back alive, it is 700 gold. Sorry, I realised I could have just whispered you that back. Apologies.
That's right. Just written it in my quest tracker now.
Okay. So, are you guys done?
Yeah, we were making our way back to
Okay.
the main
So
room.
while that conversation is going on, we head back in time momentarily to the rest of the party and Tobias and Manuel in the room. Manuel looks to you, Carr. Then to you, Jathuni. How are you allowing the werewolf just to leave the room?
Because we know
Looking around like,
she won't go anywhere. She has, from my understanding, apart from that one time, she has always been restrained when she will turn. And as I said, there are bigger things going on that we are in need of her and her assistance. But
What assistance can the Night Singer give you if she turns into a werewolf and kills another 27 people? You are lucky. I have come. What makes you think later on others won't come for her too? Others who won't listen. I came for a conversation. You cast spells on me. You attacked me.
I was trying to stop you from making a mistake. As I said, we need her. There are bigger things going on. I mean, you've seen outside. Are the things still above Magshore, or have they moved on?
They've moved on from being over Magshore, but they're
Still
still,
visible.
as there are so many of them, they are still in view, and they are huge.
Yeah. We cannot give you all the information, but let us just say, with the current tensions with the Aranroth and the dragons and a crystal entity, things are
And we are but trying to make a living here.
Yes,
And you are a bounty hunter, are you not?
I am. But I am also trying to stop something that will destroy my home. And at the moment, she can help with that. I plan on still taking her back to Banview once this is all over. But as I said, there are bigger things.
And as for you, little Juan, you haven't paid your bar tab yet. You're muted still, bro. You're muted.
So he says, bar tab? I have no bar tab to pay.
Ah,
Oh, God.
but you do, Juan.
What did you do, Manuel?
Last night as I was leaving the bar, little one, the drinks are on El Gato.
So is he tied up?
No?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I walk closer to him and put out my, I'm like, you will pay for this insult.
Yes, but you will pay for the drink.
So like you to get everyone you meet into some kind of stupid trouble that you make every time.
Juan, you are walking around with a werewolf. What the fuck are you talking about?
It is called having an adventure. Thank you very much.
Uh-huh. A dwarf, a bird, a werewolf, a kitty cat. And then I don't even know what this fucking direwolf verbal thing is behind me.
And what are you? Some kind of fancy pirate? You think you're so cool with your stupid pirate clothes and your stupid sword?
My stupid sword has won me many battles. I am a pirate, yes, by design. I want people to fear me so I don't end up like you, little one. A joke.
You always were short-sighted.
Too easy.
And I walk back to the corner and I cross my arms, I have fun, and I sit down.
As he is telling as he's telling Juan that he's a joke, Rosie just comes up behind him. She's gonna lift her leg and she's gonna urinate on him.
On
Oh,
who?
shit.
On me?
On Manuel.
Oh,
Oh, I
Jesus.
was gonna
I was about to be like betrayed.
Yeah, okay, I rolled a 5 for my perception, and I have a -1, so. Hey, what the hell?
She
Just
walks
Tony's
away. She walks away making this kind of dog huffing sound that's definitely her
Muttly
wolf
laugh.
laugh.
Yeah, and a muttly laugh, yeah, fuck. So,
That's it.
so as you do that, he turns. I thought we parlay like bounty hunters. You let this creature piss on me. You let this creature piss on me.
I had nothing to do with that.
It's okay. Am I free to leave now? Or is this going to continue?
I want your promise. You will leave this alone. As I said,
You can't trust him with anything.
I agree with Juan. Wait, did I just say that?
I wouldn't trust him as far as I can throw him, which is not far.
I just put my hand up towards Juan and sort of like, shh. If he is what he says he is, he's already parlayed under our code once. If he would swear that he will leave this,
I swear to this only. I will give you some time. I will say 1 month. I will not tell anybody, even though she. 1 month. I'm coming.
Don't be surprised if you wake up and he has stolen your shoes, Carr. He does these things.
I look down and I'm like, don't wear shoes.
He doesn't even wear shoes, Juan.
Just as well.
We only took your shoes for the laces anyway. We just didn't want to give them back.
They were my favorite shoes.
I know. And we all used them to wipe our bum. Many kitty litter.
Juan's like holding his current shoe in his bag that he uses for dancing.
Don't worry, Juan. I don't want you. You are not important. Not anymore. Once, you, Juan, was my greatest enemy. Now, you are too small a cat book.
Just checking something.
While you're checking, he turns to Yuka. Do we have a deal?
I don't trust him, Carr.
Give you my word as a bounty hunter. You said to parlay. I parlay. I give you 1 month. Do what you want, and I promise you, I will. Don't matter. I will find you. You have 1 month head start. Get what you want in order. Be aware I am coming.
I'm casting that at 3rd level.
Okay. To track him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep an eye on him. And it's just verbal, so I just sort of mutter it under my breath.
I may have to step away real quick. I'll be right back.
No worries.
What we need
So
to
that's
do may take longer
8
than
hours.
1 month.
I give you 1 month.
We will see you in 1 month.
He gets up.
Jathuni's visually pissed.
Javuni's visually pissed. Okay.
Not saying anything. Not saying anything, but just over there, just like fuming.
Seething. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you can intercede if you want.
No, she's just. Yeah.
I would just like
This whole bounty hunter trust thing. She's like, there's nothing trustworthy about a bounty hunter.
just want to say I used the word intercede there.
Uh,
Just like the
word of the day.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you don't stop him, we're going to say because Rosie's away, I think Rosie would take the cue from the room that he's getting up and being allowed to leave and move out of the way. Probably piss on the floor. Maybe he will step in it a bit. And it's as the door opens that you two turn the corner and you see the back of Manuel walking away. What do you want to do, Layla?
She's gonna resist the urge to stop him there and then, and instead just gonna hurry up and then look at Carr and go, "What did I miss?"
He let him go. I told him I didn't trust him.
I said it too. He will betray you.
He said he's
What?
coming back in a month after you.
Oh, hey, so I have a month until I lose my head.
I have put a tracking spell on him. I think we should see where he goes now.
And at which point, I'd go straight to Juan and say, "Where's this fucking boat?"
It's in the harbor. And I
First I
show
found
like
out
this
he has
slip.
money, now I find out we have a boat.
The only
Some
reason
of
we agreed
us-
to do that fucking play was that he got the boat.
Yeah, and I'm just as surprised as you are.
I did get the boat. And honestly, on our way there, I think you should double check that Mr. Flat Untrustworthy Face is not doing anything shady, like talking to some of his other evil friends.
So, Benjamin, I didn't ask you and I apologize. Are you obviously not aware that the situation... she did tell you about the cat, so I guess you would be aware of that, of who the cat was and what he did. So, I guess my question to you as a friend of Layla, of a long standing, would you follow her into the room or are you following the cat?
I would probably be following the cat, to be honest, unless she tries to stop me otherwise.
I don't think she was. I think Layla's preoccupation was getting in the room and find out what the fuck.
Yeah,
is
you would be following the pussycat.
I give Layla and Carr the paper that I assume I have that shows I've got the tickets for the boat or the booking or whatever.
Yeah.
I just hand it to them. I said, "There is your boat tickets. See? Proof." And then I sort of skulk off and say that I'm going to just go keep an eye on where Manuel is going.
Okay.
I keep my distance because I can track him from like a several hundred meters.
Yeah, so I guess... Go on.
I was just going to say, what sort of time is it now?
It will be... It's been about... Let's call it... It was early morning. 9 in the morning is when this all kind of kicked off. So I would say it's been roughly about an hour since then. And
I think
you've got an hour and a half until your voyage.
Cool.
Mm.
So I think we need to get to the boat now, as inconspicuous as we can.
We have fun with us, that's not possible. Okay, well, Benji? Benji? Where did Benji go?
And it's, as you say, Benji, you turn around and realise he's fucking not there. You look down the corridor, Cat's gone, he's gone. Benji, I'm gonna have you make a stealth check, please. In fact, I'm having you make a choice. Are you being stealthy or are you...
He would try to be, but he knows he's not really, so... Yeah, he's not.
You try and you take a moment and you try and be stealthy, and then you just, as you do, you take that kind of crouch position, try and take a corner, you clank, 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 and you're like, fuck this, and you just start walking and following him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna... Well, he sees you anyway, because you're on that one, so it doesn't really matter what I fucking roll. So he turns around, he looks at you, and then walks. Not with any more pace than he was. Just continues on his journey.
Okay. Yeah, he'll keep following.
Fair enough. Juan, how are you? Are you gonna like bolt to catch up, or
Well, I can track
yeah,
generally the
it's pretty
direction
far.
that he's going. So I'm just keeping a good enough distance that I won't be necessarily spotted. And
So it's at this point that you
I've
feel him
taken off.
leave the temple.
Yeah, I've taken off my hat, and I'm just. I let the others know I'll meet them at the docks, and I sort of just also head in the general direction of where Manuel is going.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, as you guys prepare yourselves, is the plan boat?
That's Carr's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Layla's probably going to meet with the head guy of the church and just say that they're leaving.
Make a make a persuasion roll, please.
You know, I suck at these.
That's not my fault. You suck at them. It's your character.
Oh, what the fuck?
So, as you're preparing to leave, he says, "Of course, Lady Nightsinger, please again tell your mother how supportive we were and the things that we did for you and made sure everything was right. Also, I would like to hand you this," and he hands you a case that has 6 standard healing potions and 1 greater healing potion. Just in case anything happens to you on your journeys, you do seem to garner interest from folks that we are concerned about. Bless you, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate this, and I appreciate everything that you have done. I really do. I know I'm not the best when it comes to dealing with people. And I'm sorry for everything I put you and the others through. But I really do appreciate everything.
It is okay. My home is your home. Please, as I have said, understand that the challenge we brought to you in the earlier days was due to the fact that we didn't know if you were who you were, but also didn't show us any control. But you have tried and we have watched, and we shall be relaying this to your mother, as she is constantly asking for updates about you.
I apologize for that as well.
Don't. It is the most contact we've had from the main temple in years. It is fantastic to finally have the ear of the High Priestess. So please, no, don't apologize. It is great. She's even sending some architects to upgrade our viewing platform of the night. So we are very happy, and please again, and it, almost like like a Google review. He's like, please, give us 5 stars. You know, let Mum know how good we are.
Yeah. Please like and subscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely let her know.
I just love the idea that the goddess of the moon uses a star rating system for all her temples.
It's after you get 5 stars, then you have to get to the moons.
Yeah.
And I really did love the dress that you let me borrow
Do you want it?
last night. If that's okay.
Yes, I have. I have a few more that I will add to the collection that will definitely suit a lady's frame as gracious as yours.
Well, we need to be at the docks within about an hour and a half, so
He literally puts his hand to his head. It is done there.
okay. Well, I will bid you farewell and thank you again for everything.
You are very welcome. Have a lovely evening. Have a lovely day, even. He's flustered. He's like excited to see you leave because he gets his room back, but also, slightly concerned about your safety. You see a side of him that wasn't there before. You arrived and he was very much like, get the fuck out of here. And as you leave, there is a level of respect, but also fondness to the fact that in this short space of time, you have stood for Saloon. You have been the Lady Night Singer's hand, if you wish, and he has seen something in you that has made him very proud.
Yeah, she's still feeling pretty vulnerable, so she's just gonna give him a quick hug and then gonna mutter something about yeah, thanks, and then run away.
And as you hug him, he's like, he doesn't put his hands on you. He doesn't know whether he's allowed to hug a night singer. So he's just like, yes, okay.
It's like
Pleasure
a
with
very
the journey.
quick hug, and then she just like runs away.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. And he's like, no, my hands are up. I'm not getting in trouble for this. No, I didn't touch her.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Benji, you track him all the way to the docks, where he gets on a boat, and you hear the communication quite clearly. He doesn't hide it from you. He's like, as the people agree, he's like, Captain is back! Captain is back! Okay, what is the plan, Captain? And he says, we set sail. Let's head to Vermouth Port. I wish to go home.
Do I catch the name of the ship?
The name of the ship is the Wonky Donkey.
Are we being serious here? Or?
Being 100% serious, the name of the ship is the Wonky Donkey. And as you look at the ship, it looks like two ships that have been put together really badly.
Okay.
Like, it shouldn't float, but seems to float with real ease. Even in the harbour, where the water is kind of like smooth, it's almost like in the water, it doesn't seem to bob as much as the other boats. It seems far stabler than it should be.
Okay.
I think he needs to hire a new branding team.
I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds pretty fucking good for the way it looks. Cool.
That's deck in my head.
Yeah, he's not going to do anything. He's going to just take note and head back to the temple, or at least try and find.
Are you not going to
Layla.
go and get your squires?
Well, I don't know. They're heading for the boat. I don't know what time the boat is, so.
Okay, fair enough. So it's as you turn around, make your way back, that make a perception check. Juan, are you being stealthy? I know you haven't got your hat on, but
I was trying not to be obvious. I
okay,
wasn't
make a stealth check then.
super
Yeah, then.
stealth.
Make a stealth check just on because you're trying not to be obvious, and it's not like he knows you very well, so you do see him though.
El Gato!
You hear the call, El Gato, and at that moment,
And he points. He points so everyone can see.
as he, and you see a whole bunch of eyes turn to see you.
I like walk over quickly to him. I'm like, "Why are you pointing me out? I'm trying not to be seen by Manuel.
Oh, him. He's gone. He's on the boat.
Where is he going?"
I think he said he was going back home to Vermouth Port. He said he misses home.
He does not miss such a place. He was expelled like some kind of terrible student from a school. He was outcast. He has no home there. This is worrying. What does he want? But he has nothing there for him.
Right, so just I've got this image that Juan's not actually talking at Benjamin. He's just fucking pacing back and forward, talking to himself. Is that what's happening, or
Pretty much.
right? Okay.
Like he turns and he's like,
He's almost walking away from you as he's
Yeah.
discussing this with himself.
Benjamin's
Probably.
trying not to piss himself laughing, visibly showing it, but not actually laughing.
I'm like wringing my head a bit. He's probably going to go there and spread some kind of stupid rumor again about me, and I will not be the hero coming back anymore because of his stupid, so stupid face. I hate him so much. I even like look towards the ships if there's one sailing away, and I'm just like,
Oh yeah, as you look, he'll
yeah.
Make a perception check.
Well, I was gonna say if he was going to look for it, he would actually point out and go, "It's the wonky donkey he's on."
No.
You see like this dot in the distance on the like at the edge of like your fucking the horizon. This dot, and you instantly assume that that's where he is.
Yeah. And he's like, you won't get the best of me this time. Yeah. Stupid face. And then I just look at Benjamin and I'm like, we gotta meet at the boats. In like soon. And I go look for the boat that we're meant to be on, and sort of sits on a box, just looking at the stupid dot in the distance.
You look for the boat, and you're not sure which boat it is, and then you find the captain, and he points you to the Coral's Call, a very beautiful ship with like really really light wood for the decking and like the holds and the mast and everything, but there's a deep like red coloured paint on the actual hull of the boat that really gives it a very beautiful shine off the crystal waters. And there it is, coral, happy, bobbing on the water.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the others to show up.
It's
Me for now.
okay. With that perception of 9, as you're standing and waiting, it's about yeah, I'd assume so. So it's about 20 minutes later, Juan, that the barkeep from the bar arrives. Says, I've been sent by my owner to the owner of the bar to settle last night's bar tab. Are you ready to pay up? I've heard you're leaving pretty soon.
Oh yes.
We wouldn't want you to skip out on paying.
Of course not.
It was a busy
my
night.
friend for making sure I paid. Okay, how much is it?
And he literally like, do you want the receipts to be kept at tab? And he pulls out a clipboard with like 11 sheets on it, and he folds them over, gets down to the bottom. It is 29 gold, 17 silver.
White just turns like, I
And
spit
one
out a
else.
fibble, and then I turn around and go, okay. And I give
At least
him,
one of those sheets is just Rosie's name.
he hands it to you, It says, if you want, you can check. It's all correct.
It's fine. Really, I'm so happy I could help your
So,
business.
long story short, it's 30, 1 gold, 7 silver, and 1 copper.
96, 96 minus 31 is 68.
I can give you some change if you'd like.
I'll just give him 32 gold
Okay.
and be like, keep the change for yourself.
And as you say for yourself, he's like, really?
Well, what? It's not. You're not gonna give it to a stranger, I hope.
I'd have to give it to my boss, but if you're saying I can have it, can I have that in writing on the receipt? And he hands you the clipboard with the pen.
I just say 32 gold given. Give the change to. What is your name?
Arnold. Sorry.
Arnold.
I was excited. I haven't received a tip this large in a while.
He's cool.
Arnold,
I give it back to him. And then I'm like, yeah, you know what? And I just hand him an extra gold piece. And I said, yeah, okay, take this.
And he looks at you and he says, before you go, I really, really enjoyed your play. Will you sign this for me? And he hands you a still shot of like a mental image that someone's printed, and it's of Carr falling off the page,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
and Kelly looking up in sheer fright.
I flourish the whole Elgato performance's signature with the little picture of a cat.
And he squeezes like like an excited Korean K-pop lover. It's like, and he bolts back, and you know immediately that's going behind the bar.
I just turn to the ocean. I'm like, you see, some people have taste.
Okay, and as you turn around and say, "You see," you turn around to say something to Benjamin. He's gone. Benjamin's just gone.
I just sit down and wait for the party.
Okay. Benjamin, is there anything specifically you would like to do with your party, or is it just you get them and come back?
I would just get them and get back, because I mean he's not looking forward to this boat journey.
Yeah.
Because I've just decided he's just going to be seasick. Like, if he's on a boat, he ain't going to enjoy it. No rolls, he's just going to be seasick.
That's fair. That's fine if you don't want to have to roll to be sick and just be sick. That's all good. So, okay. For sake of brevity and moving on, we catch the party up 25 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
Front of the coral. Everybody.
Since Rosie's large, she can be beast of burden for everyone's luggage.
Everyone happily, if they need to, can pile on. If they don't need to, carry your own. And as you arrive,
Carry on.
as you arrive, the
A
captain.
couple of kegs.
I would say, if anybody did want to do some shopping, it'd have to be extremely quick. So, does anybody actually want anything before they go? And if they do, I will say because of the speed of this, you're going to pay full markup price because you haven't got time to sit there and argue and debate. You have to get on this boat. So,
Layla would just make sure they've got some wine.
wine. Look, you, Layla, anything you wanted, you would ask the priest for, and you get it. Long story short. Anything you want, you get from the priests. They've even given you the potions as an extra, 5-star rating, so they can get their first moon.
Rosie. This probably won't go well because she doesn't have any of her gold. She doesn't want it, but Rosie did want to see if she could get a bag of not big, but just like a little pouch full of assorted seeds if she could find any. Any
Are you-
any kind of seeds would do.
Okay. I would say when we say like a bag of sunflower seeds that you could chew on, or is it a bag of seeds that you could grow? I guess would be the question.
That she could grow. As a druid, she wants essentially a bag of ammo.
Okay. It's literally just like a bag of ammo.
Yeah,
A plant bag of ammo would set you about 6 copper.
all right.
And there are many assortment bags of ammo. There are corn bags of ammo, potato bags of ammo. There are sunflower seed bags of ammo. What would you like?
One of the sunflowers will work.
Okay, so you do you have any money at all? You don't have any money at all, right?
No, she does have a trophy from an animal she killed that she'd be willing to trade.
I would say, for sake of ease, make a persuasion roll.
Oh boy.
No, Juan has her money, but she.
Oh,
But she's not
7.
with you.
I'm
7.
not with her, so-
No. So as you try and get your seeds, 7. The lady with who's got all the flowers and stuff. She's like, yeah.
She's like, I mean, I have a sword too. I don't really use it.
If you don't want the sword, then yes.
I mean, yeah, if they're willing to take it, she doesn't use her
She looks
sword
at you
anyway.
for one bag.
Yeah. Seems
One
fair.
bag.
Yeah.
Instantly, sword bag.
All right. She takes the bag. She hands over the sword, and I wouldn't call it the fanciest of swords, but you could definitely tell it was fashioned for a druid.
Okay.
Curved scimitar, very, very ornate, like gnarled root handle kind of deal.
Yeah. And as you're walking away, you hear, "I'm gonna make a fortune from this blade."
And as Rosie's walking away, she's like, "Ha ha! These are worth way more than that."
Okay, thank you, Layla. I see that. I see what you're saying. Fair enough. The message is sent before you leave, and almost like that, like the concierge service is like, yes, this has all been done. This is all the things you asked for. Thank you for your pleasant stay. Please write a good review, and come back again soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay. So it's as Benjamin arrives last to the show. Yeah, no, I assumed as much.
Yeah.
It says Benjamin arrives back, that you all stand waiting, and you hear young Kelly talking to her master. Sir, are you sure you want to get back on the boat now? Last time you were so very unwell, Master. And, even resting in my lap didn't suffice to make you calm. I really don't want to see you go through this again, Master. It's just, we haven't had enough recovery time. We've been on shore for a day and a half. Really? Really, you want to go again? 2 weeks across the water?
It's not really about want, it's about necessity. I have to keep young Layla Nightsinger safe, and she is leaving.
That night singer, she always is getting you in trouble.
Do you want it to be known you speak bad of the Night Singers?
Well, no, Master, but I thought I'd speak plainly to you so you can understand how much I care.
I understand, but duty comes before self-interest.
Yes. Okay, but here, take this, and she hands you a root that smells fucking awful.
Okay.
It's really, like, as you touch it, it's almost like it dries your skin of your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Libus root. Libus root is supposed to be, as far as the fishermen tell me here, it's very good for dealing with seasickness. It's something to do with the chewing and the smell. It distracts the brain from the...
He thanks her and he pockets it into his backpack.
Okay. So, as you guys... No, she was just acting out.
I know it's just the way you
It
did
was so good.
Yeah.
It was like maybe she had a little bit too much wine last night.
And it's actually, you notice that there are like a slew of fans following Kelly behind Benjamin. As they're like all, she's like happily like walking and talking, but every now and again turning, signing autographs, and you know she's getting quite a bit of praise for her performance the previous night. You know, and as she approaches you, Juan, she says, "I am famous now because of you."
Well, that is what heroes do.
And Benjamin just kind of looks out the corner of his eye at Juan and shakes his head.
So, Sebastian and Simon carrying all your gear, make ready. The boat has a fairly large crew. They've got 3 cannoneers, a cook, a first mate, a captain, and 3 deckhands. They are all human, every single one of them. They all dress in a lime green shirt that is fairly smart, but has seen a lot of wear. The trousers are definitely of colonial, like wartime, frilly, baggy kind of, you know, just old school fucking shit crap trousers that were smart but look terrible because they're just boat. Everybody works hard, sits together. The captain himself has very, very short hair. Almost a buzz cut a la me. And looks at all of you and says, "Well, we're ready to set sail when you are. So you just let us know. We are expected to leave in roughly around 35 minutes. We are doing our final checks, and then we are head straight to Pencaster, unless you wish to pay us more to travel elsewhere. Your final arrangements are all set. You have all been given a singular cabin with many a hammock. I hope this is acceptable. I know we have on the boat," and he gives you a small bow, Lady Nightsinger. "And we have, again, from the previous boat, who I've been told, a young Benjamin as well from another house of pretty serious importance. If you two require a room either of your own or a room for you to share, you must let us know, and we will make these final arrangements, and someone will have to sleep elsewhere. But if that is not all okay," and he literally clicks his fingers, 2 guys come running over with a table. He boshes the world map on, and it's pretty full up. There are a few crosses where clearly X marks the "we're not going there" spots, which is around Hartham, to the northern part of the world. Also, he has got a cross next to Aina. Basically, he's telling you the story how 2 ships have been blown up over there over the last couple of months, and they don't want to risk heading that direction.
Don't know how that happened.
Also, I don't know whether it should be to anyone's surprise, but the dock to the east of Woodrain is also off limits to them. But effectively everywhere else is good to go. But Juan, you have paid for a trip to Pencaster, which will take 2 weeks to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Such a generous soul.
Layla would ask for her own room just because of the whole filming coming up thing. She'll see if Benj wants to share it with her or not. Considering,
Yeah, you would want to share the room just to make sure she keeps herself under control.
Okay.
so
So
yeah, they get a room together.
okay.
She
I would
does make a point that Kelly wasn't allowed in it.
say,
She would make a point that Kelly's not allowed in that room.
and as you say that, you see Benjamin. In fact, you see it as well, Layla. It's not hidden from you. Kelly's face is fucking sour. Like, she is not impressed by the fact that she does not get to sit and be with her master, who she tends and cares for greatly.
Yeah, none in front of me. And
She's
someone else.
great.
I'm Benjamin, not Tony.
So, as we all set off on our journey, which will take 2 weeks, is anyone doing anything on the boat specifically? There are a few things that I have planned, and we have half an hour, so I have enough time to get through at least 2 of those things tonight. So, quickly, is anyone learning, doing, trying anything on this 2 week journey?
Juan's just doing some stuff in his book, planning out future plays, that sort of thing.
I would have just been talking with Tobias over the journey, just to thinking what, and probably Benji if I realise that he's from Pencaster, just to where could this next thing be there.
Okay. Well,
At some
do me a
point, I
favor. Go on.
also draw the face of Manuel on like a rice sack or something,
Mm-hmm.
or potato sack, and put it up. And every now and then, you just find me like arguing with it, punching it in the face.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Right.
Helping McSicky.
Do me a favor. Can you write down, Carr, can you write down that conversation that you want to have? And that was where we're probably going to start next week. There's a few bits that I want to do now that I want to get out of the way. So write that down, that conversation between you, Tobias, and Benjamin, if you can figure out that he's from Penn. And just remind me. That's top of the order when we get back.
Yeah, Layla's just helping out the sickie.
Yeah, I assume so. You know, and you,
Lots
unbeknownst
of
to you,
rest
obviously,
Mm-hmm.
Layla, unbeknownst to you, as you're dealing with Benjamin and his sickness, the fact that you guys have your own room with a little porthole that he can throw out of saves him a lot of dignity from all the laughing from the crewmen on the boat.
We will try that route if it gets too bad.
Okay. I want you to make, after like 3 days on the. In fact, let me roll for weather. Ooh, what should we roll for weather?
Oh
Let's roll
no, you can't.
Yes.
Jathuni's just taking out her frustration and practicing her moves on the mast, like pounding it with her hammer.
Okay, fair
That
enough.
seems safe.
It's fine. Jathuni's not actually whapping the mast, but it's after a few days of like really decent weather when the first real storm hits you guys, and you are told to batten down and go under deck while this storm happens.
Jathuni refuses to go under deck. She's like, "No, I love storms. I'm a tempest."
And as you say you love storms and you're a tempest, does everybody go down under deck? Obviously, I'm Benji. I'm just assuming that you are holding
in
on
the
for dear
cabin.
life.
Yeah.
I'm getting wet for no reason.
Okay. Is anyone staying out apart from Jathuni? Long story short.
Rosie will.
Okay. So Jathuni, it's as you riding the waves, kind of like Lieutenant Dan. That moment where he's out in the water, screaming, "Is this all you've got?" And the thunder cracks. And I'm trying desperately to find some fucking water sound. Give me 2 seconds, I'm almost there. And you sit there and you look into the skies and you scream, you know, your war chant, and you're loving the storm. You know you're of the Tempest. This is your heart, this is your home. And as you raise up your warhammer and you feel the swirls of lightning and water, all of a sudden, like fucking lightning just crashes down and hits you straight in the tip of your warhammer, and it shakes your whole fucking body. You have to take 2 hands and you're holding, and as the lightning is just constantly hitting Rosie, as you're standing there watching, she's like fighting this lightning power. I need you to make a strength save, please. Not a check, a save.
Yep.
Fuck.
Dude, jeez.
It's as it
What's that roll? Gotta be a 2 and a.
as it hits you, you take 12, 16, no, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18 points of lightning damage as it connects through you. And as it hits Rosie, while she's stunned, you swear on your life. You hear the and you see a face in the fucking sky of the storm, and the mouth opens and you hear the words, Jathuni, maybe in your mind, maybe out in the open. You hear, "Get up, child. I thought this is what you loved." What do you do?
Oh, she's scrambling back, grabbing the side of the, the bulkhead, pulling herself back up.
As you pull yourself back up, the storm rages and bang, the water hits the side of the boat, crashing over you, waking you up instantly. And as you feel the vibration, you look up in the sky as the lightning crackles and streaks across the top of the sky, rising and firing like fucking neurons shooting through her brain. And you look up and you see these eyes looking down on you, these lidless, bright, lightning blue eyes. She says, "I am here, and you are my chosen, are you not?"
She screams at it. Hell yeah!
Are you ready to ride the lightning, child?
Yeah, she's like not trembling in fear, but like trembling like adrenaline rush, just like.
And it's like the Bifrost gate opens and just hits you. And the fucking, by the way, Rosie, the crew is going fucking nuts. They are freaking out. Like, the bosun's like screaming, pulling on ropes, like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this hitting us like this? And the captain's like, just hold on, lads, we can do it. And they're riding this fucking storm, and you've got Jathuni just standing on the deck, holding onto the fucking side rope, going, bring it on. And as it hits, it's like a fucking shockwave, and everything around you stops. The rain still hits, but it doesn't hit you. The water, smooth. No wind, but you can hear it. And Jathuni is glowing. Like, full on. Blurs, just lightning struck glowing. And it's this whirl of energy that's around her. Jathuni, you feel like you could do anything right now. Anything! What do you do?
She's just so amped up. She just takes that warhammer back and just slams the decking around the side, not the actual deck, but like the railing around the side of the ship where she's standing and she pulled herself up on. She just,
as you do that, and as she hits it, Rosie, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, and I'm gonna make one for everyone on the fucking ship.
Oh dear.
And she's screaming at the top of her lungs, just like the battle roar.
Okay, 19, you save. The captain and the bosun save. Everyone else fails. You hear this moment of fucking shockwave sound. Hit the fucking boat, right? And you see the impact. All the lightning shocks in, shocks out, and slams straight into the boat. The boat on this side looks perfect. The inside of the boat looks perfectly clean. But in the moment of that flash of brilliance, you see the other side of the boat just explode outwards. Then you hear the laughter from above, and this time it's not like you're sure this time, Jathuni. This is not in your head as you hear, ha 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 ha. Yes, child. Yes! The storm is yours. The storm is what makes us strong. You are a daughter of Loki. You are a daughter of the Tempest, and you shall have the power if you want it. Now, do you wish to chase the lightning?
She's just war cry, you know. Rah! Just,
And as she screams out, again with this like shockwave of sound, and Rosie, you're the only one out here. The rest of you hear this war cry, but you don't hear her scream. You just hear the through the boat. And all the rain that's cascading and following is like pushed back by this wave. And then Jathuni is gone. No longer on the boat.
Is the boat sinking?
She just looks over at the captain, looks back at the captain.
I saw it too!
Okay. Just making sure I wasn't hallucinating again. Those
Jathuni.
mushrooms can do that sometimes.
Jathuni, you blink once, and you look around you, and the boat is gone. And then you look down, and you see cloud. And then you take a second and realize you're standing and not falling. And then you hear the steps. And the lightning forms. And you see your god formulate through lightning. It is not every day a storm is powerful enough to summon me here to a child of Loki. How are you, child?
she comes down to one knee with her, you know, her warhammer in front of her. Yeah. I am great, my lord.
You follow me truly? And his hand sparks like this, just this bright light that you can't look at.
She kind of looks down, like the glare, got the glare, like, I do.
Are you sure?
She's like got her, like, her life passing through her head, like, yeah.
He holds his hand out and puts it on your head. Make a Constitution saving throw. You instantly pass out as this hits you. But in your head you hear, I have left you a gift. Rosie, you see this insane moment where lightning hits the ship. No damage. Make a perception check.
Alright, I'm guessing sight.
Yes.
Alright. So. 12.
You're not sure. Through the storm, through the rain. But you're pretty sure somebody puts Jathuni back on the boat. And in a flash, and they're gone. The storm persists for like another 2 days. Jathuni wakes up just as the storm starts to clear. her eyes tinge with electricity.
You got some serious thrill issues there.
I'm just kind of still like
Buzzing.
buzzing, yeah. Like still not quite feeling myself. Just waking up like the worst hangover I've ever had. Just man, that was a hell of a dream. I'd say to
Rosie.
That's I just lost. I was looking. Yeah, I look at Rosie. Man, that was one hell of a dream.
Well, I'm not gonna say it wasn't a dream, but like 1 minute there was lightning, then you got hit by lightning, then you got hit by lightning again and disappeared. Then a couple minutes later, another bolt of lightning struck, and you were just there. You were gone, then you were back. So, yeah.
And it's as you say that, the captain's like, "That weren't no fucking dream."
Just
That
dude,
was
he's
a
just like
fucking
wide-eyed, like, holy crap, it was real.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got to move on because I've got to get this one last piece done for the last bit of the night. Because I need to do it. Fuck someone's life up real good.
Uh-oh.
So, Carr.
I thought it was going to be someone else's then. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's you who sleeps so soundly most nights, but always in fear of the dream. And it's tonight that dream arrives. A vision of your seer taking you by the hand. A young Carr, a child Carr, walking you back to the village. You mustn't walk off, Carr. At your age, a hatchling like you could be done irreparable damage. And you want to say something else, but almost like a memory. But I'm gonna be a hunter. I need to learn. Yes, child. And you shall. And it's as you're holding the hand and you make your way through the forest trees that the fires of your village warm your body. And you realize that you're cold and shivering and hungry. You can't shake the feeling. Your stomach growls. The seer looks down to you and says, "Child, if you are hungry, eat." And with a flash, you see the village burning. You see friends dying. You see hatchlings crying, eggs cracked, families torn asunder, arrows flying through the air, piercing your people. Creatures, dark, shapes unseen, forms moving, twisted, torn, tearing through your kind. The same dream you have every time it comes. And you hear the voice of the seer. Eat, child. For you must grow strong to save us. And you look down, and there is a bowl of your favourite worm meal that Mum always makes you. Do you eat it? as you take that spoon and you go through it, tastes fantastic. And you start eating ravenously, the hunger feeling like it's abating. And then you look in the bowl, and as you pierce that thick layer of greasy, juicy worm gut, a beak pops through. A hand floats up. And on that hand, the signet ring of your mother. You panic, you drop the bowl shatters. You look around you, and a beast hulking, charging right at you. You pull your bow out, pull it back. Fire or run, Carr?
Fires.
Fires true, and as he just slams straight through the creature, pinning it against the wall, it reels up, clawing, screaming. What do you do?
Keeps on firing.
Every single one hits, and as it hits it, bang, bang, bang. The form drops. The eyes turn, tilt. The hooded cowl of this black, misshapen figure fades. You see a creature that you don't overtly recognize. A scaly tail, 2 hind haunches, strong and thick, snout like a dragon, small horns. You look at it, it looks at you. The birds are tasty. And you will feed the family of 9. And your people shall be gone, Carr. Make a Constitution saving throw, Carr. Your mouth dry, tight. You feel the lungs fill with air like you can breathe for the first time since that moment. What do you say?
Who are you? Why are you doing this?
You know where to find us when you want us. And he bursts out from the arrows, charges straight at you, and BAM! Hits you face on, and the slam of the jut wakes your body up, and you wake from your sleep. That's the furthest that dream has ever gone. You've never seen an enemy, only a figure. The family of 9? What was that creature? I want you to make a history check right now. Like you're trying to remember the dream. The fear of the village burning, the fear of the family losing, the fear of the fallen hatchlings. That memory burnt into your brain. Snake-like head, arms of a human, tail long like a serpent. You now have a face of some kind of creature. You may have a new nightmare, Carr. And it may carry that face.
And you were saying it had the tail of one thing, arms of a human, beak of
Tail of a serpent, snake-like head, and a torso of a man. The weather passes. Ocean calms. Spend the next 9 days in absolute relative calm. You see some whales off the boat. Everybody's fed well except for one person who spends his whole
He's
time
fed well. It's just bread.
Yeah. And as you have not requested another, you arrive at Pencaster's dock, alive, well, and 2 days early. Almost like someone whacked the boat in a direction.
When's the full moon?
We're going to get back to that. Don't worry. Told you. There's something to do.
Damn it.
You didn't think you'd get out of that, did you?
I hoped.
No. There's going to be some rewind for you, don't worry. I just wanted to put us at the dock, and then we'll come back to you after we have our Benjamin conversation. So, that's where we'll leave it tonight. Perfect on the dot, 11 o'clock. Have a lovely night wherever you are on the fucking planet. I hope you enjoyed the session. If you did, please check us out next week. In fact, next week there won't be a session. It'll be the week after. I have to go out, so I can't DM this next week. So we're going to take a week off, and then we'll be back the week after. Maybe not, in fact. Yeah, no, we definitely will. So, have a lovely time wherever you are on the fucking planet. If you have enjoyed us, like, follow, whatever the fuck you can do to support my stream is great. If you have enjoyed the session, please throw a like and follow to my buddies, Minas Murdoch and Yona the Bear. They are streaming my player perspectives. They are awesome guys. Check them out. Peace wherever you're on the fucking planet. We're out.
Hey. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo, Jaduni.